today I'm actually like kind of chilling. I came here and I figured, why not go live? So we're live. This is gonna be a fast live because I'm taking a little break from work. And I really wanted to just sit and meditate a little bit with the lower parts of ourselves. I think I didn't realize how much I struggled to accept the parts of myself I cannot really change. You know, the things I was given that I did not necessarily ask for. In fact, I feel like, if anything, I've asked God to take them away. But there's a purpose, and I wanted to take a moment to just sit with it and be present with the lower energies that may be around. I may be using light language to communicate with them at certain times. And yeah, let's just take a moment. So first I feel led to I have my cup and I'm just taking small sips of my tea. And I almost feel led to bring a chair over, so okay, well, here's my chair. So I've been thinking a lot about the lower three energies and their relation with the 3D world. Okay. Many of you know that the 3D is associated with the physical flesh morality of the world. It's associated with like fleeting matter, things that we can touch. But taking this leaf, for example, like I can touch it, but it's decaying. And so the 3D is connected with matter, space, and time. And because of that, not all matter can be with all time, like, if that makes sense. Like, there are timelines, and in each timeline, like, there was a timeline where this was on a tree. This oak leaf was on a tree. And there's no timeline because it's a line. It's not like a spectral here on the 3D. There's only one particle that it can be at a time. So once there was a time that it was on the tree, and now there's a time that it has fallen away from the tree. And so that is a 3D, right? It is this understanding of decaying matter, this understanding of time and space and the purpose that they play, this understanding that there is a time and place for everything under the sun. And when the Bible says only a wise man knoweth the time, that is connected to the interrelationship, like God, source, the creator, oneness is this stream, this flow of consciousness. And the 3D world is this physical expression of that consciousness, but it always kind of lags behind. Just like when you have a goal, you do not immediately achieve that goal. If you think about it, even when you are thinking, you have to your mind is in another realm where sometimes some people think a lot faster than they can even speak. So the 3D is like this kind of, it's heavy, and it is connected with decay and death. It's connected to the past energies, which to us are dead, because what is no longer in the present is this life, it's like the 4D. It is that realization, that understanding that infinite potentials lie in the present moment. That is where matter and time marry each other. But the 3D is like the residue of that matter. It's not something that we can hold on to because it's already gone. It's already fallen away. So when we are sitting with the lower parts of ourselves, there's a lot of grief. Maybe there was a time where you really liked the person that you were, and now you just don't feel like that person anymore, and you have to grieve that loss because that's no longer who you are. So that kind of is something that I've been sitting with. Like, you cannot control the past any longer. You can change the narrative of how it impacts you presently. So let's take a moment. I'm just gonna sit once more. So, good Viber, I have a few questions for you. The first is, what in your past are you not letting go of? I'll give you some examples. For the root, the reason why you may be holding on to this energy that no longer serves you is because at one point it was keeping you safe. That's no longer the case, but you have nothing to prove otherwise. And so you hold on to this energy that is hindering you maybe in some way, but you're familiar with it. And so you hold on to it because it feels safe. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a habit that you have been doing. Okay, that's an example for the root. For the sacral, something that you may be holding on to. This can be almost like an emotional pacification. This could be tied with different people that you are hanging around with that maybe at one point served you, but again, now it hinders your growth. This is something from the past. This could be a person. This could even be an idea that you think is just so great, something that you want to create, but you just don't know how. And so you just hold on to it, but you're afraid to let it go because you don't want to lose this amazing idea or dream that you have. But are you taking action? So moving up from the sacral, you have the solar, and some things that we as humans hold on to connected to that past energy is our sense of identity, anger. We hold on to anger because how could they have wronged us in that way? How could they have crossed our boundaries? How could they have disregarded our value, our worth? And so we hold on to that thinking that it's protecting us, thinking that I'm getting angry because I am valuable. Yes, you are valuable, my friend. Of course you're valuable. But holding on to that anger does nothing for you in terms of defining your value or making you feel validated. It is in a way pacifying your emotions, and maybe perhaps it is making you feel valid for your anger, but it's not resolving the anger. How is anger helping you? Now, there are positive ways to use these emotions, but first let's take a moment to just breathe. Like, what are you holding on to that is in the past that you no longer wish to bring into the present? Keep in mind that this may cause you to feel grief because you're letting go of something that you were holding on so dearly to. For whatever reason, it's valid. So let's take a few moments. Take 5 breaths with you, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Feeling the stomach expand. 2 more breaths. Allow yourself to relax and just dive into that question. What in your past are you no longer wanting to hold in the future, in this present moment now? So perhaps a word or a feeling came up, maybe an image, maybe nothing. Nothing was clear. Still hiding. I see you, Shadow. The value and worth that you are looking for in this lifetime do not lie in these energies that you are giving. You can get as you breathe, feeling that energy that may be heaving, that may be like cleaving onto you, saying, bring me with you. I mean this with utmost respect. I value you. I honor you. You are no longer in this timeline for a divine reason. Your purpose is set in the past. You are a marking in my journey. You are more than a marking in many ways. And I honor you by giving you a place to rest. So here in this moment now, we give these heavier energies, these lower energies of anger, of unhealthy emotional connections, of fear, fear of all natures and kinds that do not come from God. We give that up and we let it rest here now. There's a space for it. Some of the energies will gladly go into this resting place. Some of them will not. Some of them will fight. It is up to you. This is not your fight. God is with us. God is with us. I ask that all energies that are present here now for this ritual of giving them a resting place, so that be present with the energies that God is giving us, that we give these energies of the past that are hindering us from being fully present, we give them up to God. With this sound, with this breath, we lay them to sleep. A moment of silence. Breathe deeply, my friend, and exhale fully. I'm going to take a moment to just kneel before God. You are my witness. To thank God for allowing us to do this work. Thank you, God. Yeah. So, okay, sweet. Sitting with the lower energies can be a daunting task, and it might not seem like of any worth. My heart feels lighter, and there were things I was holding that are no longer serving me. And now I feel an emptiness, kind of the draining of those energies from my body, signifying that there's space for more, for God's presence. So, big hug to the Creator, big hug for this moment now. Using the energy that we are given in this present moment to navigate through, honoring the energy of the past as it is resting, but it will always be remembered and it will assist us. We are here to learn the lessons so that we can better navigate through the world, the earth, and fulfill our soul's mission. If you're watching this, you will fulfill your mission. And with that being said, I hope that this practice, sitting with these lower parts of yourself, is something that when you feel led, perhaps during the moon cycle of the new moon, during that time, it feels for me quite aligned with the moon. For a cleansing and for a clearer communication and for an evaluation of what energies am I really holding. I've been talking about spiritual gardening this year and I've been exploring it and it's been really, really nice. Of course, I work at a state park now and I have been gardening a lot. And I just see all of the similarities between physical plants and how they, from a seed, manifest into a plant, and the spiritual manifestations, the seeds of our minds that we are attracted to, and the soil of our heart. What it means to have a hard or soft heart is really connected to your openness to receive and trust in God, or your hardness to deny it because of how mankind has hurt you. So spiritual gardening is quite interesting. And what we've just done with sitting with the lower parts of ourselves was cultivate the soil for the seeds in the physical world to manifest. There's so many ways that, we experience the world through all of the senses of our being. And so spiritual gardening for me is cultivating the energy in the center, our heart, which is what right now we're bringing up our energy to. And we're finding a balance so that the space is receptive. Our aura is now more in tune with the energies that we wish to experience and will attract more of that. So spiritual gardening, I also like it because unlike as I was learning about manifestation, and there's so many videos and just information that is like manifest as fast as like in a day, like get your dream life right now in like a week. I'm finding spiritual gardening is like a lifelong process, and it helps me kind of take account of everything and see the energies that I'm not just manifesting one thing. There are many little things along the way, just like a garden, that I am bringing to life, and each of these sensations, each of these senses are what I'm attracting. So thank you so much. Much love. Namaste.